With 138 options, it can be tough to narrow it down to one we want to use for our upcoming online Dynasty. They'll be starting here in a couple of weeks. I'll throw the link up here somewhere if you are interested in checking that out. But after combing through all the different playbooks, all the different options, one really stood out to me, that obviously being the Missouri Tigers. Now, Missouri hired Michigan's offensive coordinator from last season, so their playbook is kind of an updated version of the Wolverines offense in 26, which was one I absolutely loved and was honestly a little nervous it wasn't going to be in this game at all, because it's got my favorite version of trips, it's got bunch strong offset, it's got a lot of good things, and they even added some good new things in there. So in this video we are going to hop into practice mode, just go over that offensive playbook. No live gameplay in this one, but that is coming up soon here as part of our campus tour series where we go through and get a win with every single team in college football 27. Missouri, I believe, is number 4 on the list, so that will be coming up shortly. But before we hop into practice mode here, one more little self-plug. I already did the online Dynasty one, but this one for the memberships here on the channel. Join the campus tour crew. Starts at just $5 a month, and it is by far the best way to help support the channel, help us continue to grow down this path that we have all been on together. We had 2 new recent members. Thank you to J-Man Willie 5 and Brandon Pool 3470. Gets you about 48-hour early access to all the videos that we are going to put up here. So yeah, I think that covers everything we got to go to. Let's just head on over to practice mode and take a look at this Missouri offense. We're not going to go over the entire thing here, just kind of my favorite formations and why I am going with Missouri for season 1 in that online Dynasty. And reason number 1 is my favorite trips in the entire game that Michigan had last year. There's a couple, it was Michigan and Middle Tennessee State last year. It's Western Kentucky. I think Middle Tennessee State still has it, and Missouri has this year. That is this tray offset. But the Tigers have the one most similar to what Michigan had in 26. The other two are missing quite a few plays. This one's actually added 3. And that is going to be these 3 plays right here. An RPO zone alert stick, tight end in, which I love that play in trips formations, and a halfback counter. But the other pass plays in this formation are so good, and they're pretty much all just quick snap plays. We don't really have to hot route anything. We don't have to set up any macros. We can just get to the line and run these plays, and I love that, especially for a road to the college football playoff or a dynasty where we have to worry about that stadium pulse when we are on the road. So we have the level sails, we have the verticals, wide drag, slot out is an unbelievable, just totally stock pass play. You get that flood going over to the left, the drag route coming back to the right, and that deep in your tight end is on, sneaking kind of behind everybody over there. The run plays in here are okay. You have an inside zone, you have a draw, you have the basics for the most part. That deep dig play gets you a one-shot touchdown potential against a lot of different match coverages. Cross dagger, very good against man. That deep out that X is on does a good job of getting open against a lot of like cover 4s and things like that, because it's too deep for a flat to cover. But it's not deep enough for like a deep quarter to cover, for example. Slot under, again, kind of a little flood there. You could throw a drag on your tight end or something to really get that flood going over to the left, but then a sneaky little slant coming back over there, and shot slot post, another great play against match coverage. So overall, tray offset, number 1 reason why I am going to be in this Missouri offense. I just love this formation. I love this formation so much. And actually, just a quick shout out to Missouri in general and our guy Boder. This team looks absolutely filthy. I believe they are a tier 2 in road to the college football playoff. I love this depth chart. Absolutely love it. Austin Simmons, he is a lefty, but step up and on time. I believe transferred from no, where was he? He was somewhere else. It was Ole Miss. That's what I thought at first, but it didn't sound right, so I questioned myself. But yes, he transferred in from Ole Miss, 81 overall, 85 speed. Should be a pretty good upgrade over the quarterback they had last year. But the real reason you want to run Missouri, if you wanted to, this halfback, Ahmed Hardy, 96 overall. Now, only 91 speed, but if he plays at all like he did in college football 26, that might as well be 96, 97 speed. He was still able to outrun people. He is still unbelievable. Platinum spin cycle, platinum jukebox, and the spin move does seem to be pretty dang good this year. Wide receivers, you got a 94 speed Caden Lee, double dip human joystick takeoff. You got 92 speed, 91 speed, so a lot of different options of what you can do there. Tight end wise, Brett Norfleet, not a flattering little model they made for him there. I mean, that's like a 6 head, that's not even a 5 head. But 6'6", 82 speed, 50-50 sure hands. Guy was always making plays for Missouri anytime I watched him. So just a quick shout out to the Missouri offense, because that depth chart's really good. So we have tray offset. That's gonna be probably our main formation here with Missouri. We also have bunch strong offset. Been my favorite formation in EA football games for years. Absolutely love us some bunch strong offset. Now we are missing flood, but we have the other two cornerstone pass plays that we want in a good bunch strong offset, one being corner strike, one being dagger. And for this, with the Dynasty, I do think we are going to set some offensive macros, because like dagger, for example, instead of having to come to the line and do, your post on your tight end, put your halfback on a streak, we can just do a macro for that. Stadium pulse won't affect it. Against a single high, could we see maybe we can fit one into Lee here? Athlete that down. Good ball by Austin Simmons. Good work there, brother. So yeah, just having that is kind of a good go-to play for us here too, combined with that tray open. I'm not super concerned about us being able to move the ball in an offense like this. And another huge plus of this is having duo. One of the best runs in the game for the last couple years. I expect it to still be one of the best runs in the game at a bunch strong offset. But then we also have the opportunity, if somebody's coming out in a double mug, a really condensed defense, a mid blitz, you do still have a pin pull toss, you have a QB crack sweep, which we probably wouldn't do with Austin Simmons, but in a dynasty with a faster quarterback, having that as an option is fantastic. I was hoping maybe we had that RPO alert bubble out to the right. We don't. That is fine. I'm not a huge RPO guy anyway. On top of that, we've got the newest meta formation, at least it was last year. It seems to be this year. Seen a lot of people running this gun bunch X nasty. Mizzou's, I'm not sure how good it is. I know that mesh traffic looks pretty solid. All of these are going to need some hot routes for the most part, because again, theirs isn't the absolute best, but you do have another QB sweep in here. You have that inside zone. Drive halfback under needs a couple hot routes, but can still be a very good base play to just do one or two hot routes and set up a really nice pass. You have an inside zone. A lot of different mesh options in here too. Honestly, just those three, the tray offset, the bunch strong offset, the bunch X nasty, is pretty much enough for me to at least have considered running this offense. But what else they've got in here that wasn't in the Michigan playbook last year is really what helped set it over the top for me. And one of those is actually a pistol formation. Last year, Missouri, a ton of pistol sets, much more trimmed down now, but they did add pistol bunch, which I friggin' love this formation so much. I do kind of wish we didn't have those double motion plays in there. Could kind of do without those. I'd rather just have a regular stretch or something. But you do have the halfback slam, which you can flip with your right stick, go over to the left to the right, same with the halfback zone. And you got some really good pass options in here, some more mesh. Mesh is just everywhere in this game, but that PA cross, throw your tight end on a drag or something, you get a nice high-low, backside, kind of an in route that B is on over there. We have corner strike and we have flanker drive, which we're going to set up very much like dagger from bunch strong offset. Just a really good pass combo. Something different to note though about the pistol bunch flanker drive is B is actually on an in route and not a drag. Last year he was on a drag, so that might be something you'd want to hot route and change, and then you could either maybe stem up or just put a post on your tight end and you guys have a really good pass play in there. Now Y off trips, pistol Y off trips got a huge makeover for just year over year. And pretty much every playbook I've looked at that had it from last year still has it this year. So pistol Y off trips looks like a really solid option for us here as well. But pistol bunch is the only new one added in. Now in shotgun, we have got 4 new formations added in here. And I love me some gun doubles. So I'm pretty happy to see doubles flex weak being one of them. 9 plays in this formation, an interesting mix. We got some different motions coming on here, some RPOs. That motion corner play looks pretty nice. PA cross maybe with another hot route or two has some potential there. Some more motion on these 3 plays here too. Slot cross, slot corner, a lot of chip and release on your tight end and your halfback on both of those. And then some more motion. Every single play on here has got that motion coming from B, which is something we saw in a lot of the different Service Academy playbooks and something I like a lot. We can utilize this kind of motion without really giving away what we're doing on the offensive side of things. So we see that B receiver going in motion. It could be any one of these 9 plays in doubles flex week. Something I really like, especially with everything we've already gone over in this offensive playbook. So the next new formations, we got a couple spreads and a trips Y over. Now with how this formation is set up, your tight end, we can't put him out on a route because he's covered up an ineligible receiver. But that PA dagger play, maybe okay. PA wheel, the zig route's not quite as good as they were against man coverage, but having that wheel with a deep threat all the way on the outside can open up a lot of things against drop zone coverage. You got a good standard verticals play, a nice RPO in here too. Now I will say, when we come out in a formation like this, a lot of people are probably going to be watching out for that RPO, so not something I'd go to first play in this formation. We'd want to set up we're passing the ball out of this, maybe try to get them into some drop zone coverage or something, and then go to that RPO. So some potential in the trips Y over. We also got two new spread formations here, Y slot and Y flex weak. Back in 25, I loved the spread formations. I didn't use them nearly as much in 26, but I still thought they were pretty good. Anytime we used like Virginia Tech, for example, had really good spread sets. And this one looks pretty dang solid here for Missouri as well. And again, a lot of plays we don't have to worry about trying to hot route different things. We have that post trail. I love having that deep threat on the slot receiver and then kind of a post coming underneath. So our slot's going to be pushing the zones back, open up that spot for the post under the middle there. Deep attack, different play actions. I do kind of want to see the runs. Power read toss, that one I'm not too sure about. You got a good read option, and I love the shallow cross plays. Anytime we're setting up like a mesh between a slot receiver and a halfback, I'm 100% on board with that. Love the looks of it. Then we get some different return motion things here. Return read Y flat, return RPO alert slant, Y stick, a classic little air raid play there. Nice levels concept going on over there as well. Some different motions, some different runs going to different areas of the defense. All things we like to see. So we like the looks of the spread Y slot in Missouri. Then we have spread Y flex. We're seeing more motion from our outside B receiver on a lot of different plays. You see that motion? It could be a screen going over to the left. Who knows? Yeah, the world is your oyster on these. You got a regular slip screen, inside cross, again, mesh. You can never go wrong with any sort of mesh concept. Couple drags, double cross. We have the mesh between the halfback and our slot receiver over on the right. I personally like to put Y on like another post. It's creating more of a high-low between the drags and that post. Get a little bit more spacing in between those two. Some more different motions. Bench curls, bench, X replace. Inside zone in there, some more motions. We already saw those actually. So big fan of both of these spread formations that are new, at least compared to what Michigan had in 26. Because a lot of these, there's only only really 5 new formations. They did lose single back wing pair, Y flex week, it says on cfb.fan, but it also says there are added formations, so maybe these weren't actually new and the website might have just lied to me. But either way, I like looks. Why would it say so? Spread Y flex week, it says 27 Missouri offense only, 26 Michigan offense only, spread Y flex week, and spread Y slot. So it looks like these two might have actually been with Michigan last year, and I just never double checked that. Hand up, that one's on me, but still, I do like spread formations. I still like the looks of these quite a bit, but the main things can be tray offset. You do have tray open halfback strong, which is another one I like. It's kind of like with empties for me though. I like having a trips with a tight end attached, so if they are sending a big blitz, the tight ends are going to pick it up a lot better than your halfback is. Another reason I like tray offset so much for trips and bunch strong offset, because you can block your tight end in this and you can't in a lot of other bunches. But still, tray open halfback strong looks like a pretty solid formation. A lot of different RPOs, a lot of different air raid type concepts in here too, where we can get the ball out quick, get it to our playmakers. I mean, I guess it should probably depend on what team we end up getting for how many playmakers we end up even having on offense. But this is one of those playbooks I think is going to work pretty much no matter what team you have. If you want to run the ball, you'll be able to do that because we have a lot of heavy sets early on in our shotgun things here too. Different wing tights, deuce close, wing slots, some different 2 tight end sets, slot left, slot right. So plenty of options if you do want to run the ball, and a lot of options if you want to pass the ball too. These are the things that make playbooks really good to me. That we constantly have the threat to do whatever we want, just because even like bunch strong offset, if we're coming out in this, you can't like guess pass against this because we have duo, one of the best runs in the entire game. Even in our tray offset, we've got some runs in here with a halfback counter, inside zones, power O, some RPOs you can mix in there. So however you want to play against whoever your opponent is on a certain week, you can do all just from the Michigan playbook, not even to mention the other pistol sets we hadn't looked at, wing slot over and doubles Y off, which is a nice little pistol formation in here too. Going to be a lot of different play actions. There's just things that kind of work with each other. If you want to come out in these formations and start running the rock, halfback zone, halfback dive, zone weak, read options, those kind of things, then mix in a few play actions. All those are going to be good things. And we do still have I-form wing, wing over, and tight if you really want to pound the rock. If you really want to get aggressive, then you have some single back thrown in at the end here too. Bunch ace, The only single back I personally really enjoy is single back bunch tight end. I don't think the other ones are great, but if you really want to get wild with it, you do have a halfback pass in here, which let's just see how this works. Let's test the arm of old Ahmed Hardy. Or does the blocking just hold up well enough? You can just take off and run. I mean, some potential here. I mean, that actually looked pretty nice. Those guys kind of, the linebackers kind of sit still for a second. You can just kind of catch that edge with Hardy. And see ya, boys. And there goes Ahmed Hardy. Truck him. Dang it. I have heard stiff arms are really good in the game this year. I know the spin moves are pretty good. That's the arm. Ooh. I might have been asking a little too much. I actually played the corner that time. That guy shouldn't be able to catch us. He kind of did, but we were still able to get a few yards. But really, this halfback pass works more as just kind of a toss. Let's try to stiff arm this guy. Oh, come on, Hardy. No, it works more as a toss. But if they do leave somebody wide open, you can, and you trust your halfback to make that throw, that you've got the option to do that. Then a lot more play action and things in here. You do have just a regular pitch run. You have a duo run, a counter, end around. Those I don't think have ever been good in the game, but maybe this year is the year. So overall, the Missouri offense, much like Michigan's from 26, but adding that pistol bunch, adding those new plays and tray offset, adding that doubles flex weak formation, and I still don't know that spread Y flex weak and spread Y slot, why those say they are new, because it doesn't look like they are, but still they look very solid. But we're gonna have a lot of formations where you have money plays in, like that bunch strong offset dagger. Against a lot of people, you could just run that every single play of a game and be totally fine. You'd be able to win games like that. Corner strike, unbelievable against man coverage, all those different tray offset plays that do fantastic against drop zone coverage. However you want to play offense and against, no matter what your opponent is doing, you have an answer in this Missouri playbook, and that is why it is going to be my day one Dynasty offense. So let me know what you guys think. What are you guys running in your online dynasties? I'm always curious about playbooks. I do change them quite a bit. Part of the fun of the game to me. So let me know what you guys have been running, and I do hope you guys enjoyed this one. Starting tomorrow is going to be our campus tour series, thus getting a win with every team in the game. NIU tomorrow, Colorado after that, and then we'll be going on down the list. So I will see you guys then. Until then, take it easy.